Past few years have shifted our perception of priorities in school and life. Mental health issues have skyrocketed. Students and staff often feel disconnected and isolated. Routines and structures we have relied on for years no longer work in the same way. If we have learned anything, the importance of social emotional skills has been neglected for far too long. Absence of relationships, empathy, perspective, kindness, and more leads to lower academic achievement. When we think about the why, it is not necessarily a matter of ignoring learned skills. The reality is that many students simply do not have critical skills that will lead to being a successful adult. Without those skills, it is impossible to process and reflect on the trauma of the past few years. As a result of deficiencies in cell skills, we have observed heightened levels of mental health distress, as well as significant behavioral issues, leading to disruptions, bullying, defiance, outbursts, and more. True emotional intelligence lies in constant practice and reminders of social and emotional skills, building resiliency, doing something every day to form solid relationships, and developing a solid belief in one's personal value in this world. Emotional intelligence and cell are one and the same, and it is easier than you think to seamlessly embed cell into the work that we already do. The solution starts with a creative reframe in how we show up every day. We need those skills as much as our students do, and can learn and develop these skills alongside them. Growth mindset is not just for kids. We are always growing and learning, whether we're 3 or 63. What we need to remember is that without emotional intelligence, our academics, our professional hopes and dreams, they're all truly meaningless. Cell is the floor upon which we all thrive and learn. Routines decrease our stress and improve our mental health. Our brains are soothed by patterns. Regularly taking time outside, walking, exercising, and practicing gratitude are just a few ways that lead to resilience in us and in our students. Social emotional learning, more commonly referred to as SEL, is a process that helps children and adults understand and respond to emotions, set and achieve positive goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain positive relationships, and make responsible decisions. The SEL 3 signature practices are a set of routines that focus on our brains and help build healthy habits. They include a welcoming, inclusive opener, brain breaks, and an optimistic or reflective closer. Starting with an optimistic opener or welcoming, inclusive activity can help us connect with our own thoughts and emotions as well as those around us. If in the classroom, these practices serve to strengthen the sense of community and belonging and even translates well into the virtual settings. One way to achieve it is to set an SEL goal for the day, an act of kindness, a showing of gratitude, or sharing something that you look forward to going into the day. If you start feeling tired or distracted, it's time to take a brain break. If we change up the activity or environment, we shift the brain and allow the brain chemicals to refill. Taking a few moments to reflect, refuel, and move allows us to feel refreshed, refocused, and ready to be in a place to learn. Mindful movement and breathing is hands down the best way to make this happen. If students are home, make sure they have a checklist of self care. Is their vision getting blurry from too much screen time? Take a moment to look or go outside. Are you stuck on a tough problem or assignment? Sing a few lines from your favorite song or get up and dance. Been sitting too long? Stretch and move. After a long day, a reflective closer reminds us that our day was meaningful and that the learning will continue. A great way to accomplish this is through a gratitude practice. Identify 3 things that you're grateful for, or what made you laugh today, what made you hopeful, something you learned or accomplished today, and something you're looking forward to tomorrow. You decide and can shift the focus every day. The most important thing to do these days is to focus on wellness, resilience, and connection. SEL is a tool that enhances these skills. When we take care of ourselves, we can take care of each other. It doesn't matter how full our plates are, we don't get to stop self care. It can be found in the micro moments. Every single one of us can breathe for 60 seconds in different places throughout the day. That's self care. The shift comes from each one of us. SEL isn't an initiative as much as it is a way of life and how we relate to one another. When you embed these practices, you're creating a pathway for all students to find and achieve success, build lasting and meaningful relationships, and have lifelong resiliency skills to get through any challenge. Please access 3 Signature Practices resources found at this QR code.